We don't want to run that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Getting Off. I am your host, the Patron Saint of Podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with a bunch of co-hosts. Well, I guess 4 contestants and a co-host. So, first and foremost, she is my co-host, host of the Sheely Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd Story Time with the reigning, defending Trick or Trivia champion, Ms. Katie Kinsey Baby.
Hey, what up?
And joining us for the newly revamped Trick or Trivia, we have our contestants from Final Girls Podcast. Kelly makes her return. Kelly, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me on again. I don't even know how many times it's been now, but I love coming.
Listen, you're part of the family now. We're just going to have you on as much as possible until you get tired of us.
Yay!
Speaking of getting tired of us, Dan Bankley is here, and we love him and miss him. Hi, Dan.
What's going on? Hi.
Over from the Circle of Debate Network. We also have the purveyor of Rivet City Radio, host of Botch Spots and Chair Shots, the Will Gray.
I'm really glad to be here tonight. I've missed you.
Also, technically one of the core 4, even though the other, I guess it's core 5 at this point. But anyway, no one else but me and Katie really shows up. So, you know.
We're still there in heart and in spirit.
And last, but certainly not least, making his return to Trick or Trivia. You're going to win one of these times, Tommy. I promise you will. You got this. You're also still muted, just so you know. Okay.
I'm hoping I win at least one of these things.
Me too.
You will. Last year, it was Will versus Reek versus Katie, and Katie took home the win. So far this year, Reek has qualified to face Katie at the end of the year. The winner of this will also qualify, and then we have one more regular qualifying round later this year to see who the 3 people to face off against Katie will be at the end of the year. And going forward, it is all going to be this Jeopardy-style game that I have created, which I will be showing to you all very soon. So basically, I think the way this is going to go is, to be fair, since there's 4 people here and we're not going to flip a coin or whatever, Katie will pick the first category, and then we will go from there. So whoever buzzes in and answers correctly then gets to pick the next category and point value. And it's 2 rounds. So there is round 1. Let me pull this up here so you guys can see the beautiful game board that I created.
There we go.
So it is zombies. Not zombies, but zombies. Name that movie, which is going to be pictures will pop up on the screen, and you have to tell me what movie that is a scene from. Something new, which is poor plots, where I have poorly described horror movies, and you have to tell me which one I'm talking about based on what I wrote down. We have random horror trivia from our random horror trivia cards, and then last but not least, everyone's favorite, horror porn. In which case, you will get a name, and you will have to tell me horror or porn. Also, I'm on production all by myself. So, Allison, hi, I love you. Vince, hi. Broadcast, how's it going? Oh, wow. Yeah, I should probably let that pop up. Broadcast, how's it going? Vince is cheering for Will. Thank you guys for joining us. So,
I love you, Vince.
Without further ado, Katie.
Yes.
Please pick our first topic.
I would also like to say before we do, I'm going to read the entire question out. By the time I'm done reading, your buzzer might start buzzing. Just let me read the question first, please. That's all I ask.
Even if you buzz in, we're going to let Katie finish. And then I'll say, all right, whoever buzzed in, and I'll let you answer. So
yeah, because he'll be able to tell who buzzes. I don't have control of that. I just have to read.
We should still try to buzz while you're reading it if we know it or not.
Yeah, if you know the answer, buzz in as quick as you can. We'll let Katie finish, and then I'll let you answer.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's there's a second delay, like when the question shows up, and then your buzzer will let you buzz.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like a 30-second timer, and then, yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
All right, Katie, what is our first category?
Let's do Zombies, but not zombies for. I'll start with like 200.
Zombies, but not zombies, or not zombies, but zombies
Oh,
for
yeah.
200.
Yes. This 2008 horror film is an American remake of the Spanish found footage horror movie Wreck.
Kelly,
Quarantine.
That is correct.
all right, Kelly, what's our next one?
Let's do random horror trivia for 300.
Ooh, okay. In what movie do the survivors use petri dishes with blood samples and heated wire to determine which one of them is the host of an extraterrestrial creature?
William,
Is it Alien?
that is incorrect. I don't know if anyone else can buzz in. Does anyone else know and want to try and buzz in?
Can anyone?
Oh, now you
buzz?
can. Now
Okay.
you can buzz in. Nobody?
I guess not. So the answer is the thing.
Okay, that is. Would you consider that a zombie movie?
Well, no, so that was random horror trivia.
Oh, okay, that's what threw me
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
what threw me
Random
off.
horror trivia.
Okay, shit, sorry, that was my bad.
So there's the zombie category, there's the not zombie but
Okay.
zombies category, and then random horror trivia could be anything in the horror realm.
Got it.
Obviously, horror porn is not going to be zombie related. Neither will name that movie, and not necessarily poor plots either.
Matt, I have a question.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be hearing any type of music when this is going on, or just them because they're playing?
I don't hear any
probably-
music.
You guys didn't hear any music?
I don't hear any music.
Nope.
There's absolutely no music.
Do you hear your buzzer sound whenever you buzzed?
Well, let me turn my volume on my phone. Maybe that's-
No, I didn't hear a buzzer sound either.
Maybe when I'll
Hold
check.
on, let's see.
The volume was down on my phone.
Well, you should hear it in your headphones.
Well, we'll try this real quick.
I mean, we don't need it, right?
Right.
No.
Well,
Matt's very proud of everything
Okay,
he's
okay.
done.
Okay,
so we'll
we'll do it right.
So we just went through all of
do-
these the other day, trying to figure it out too.
And then we'll go back like that. And you guys should hear it now, I think. We'll see. I
I don't think it starts until the question pops up.
Yeah, Kelly, since no one got the last question correct, it is your pick again.
Okay, then let's do zombies for 400.
Zombies for 400.
Dang.
This master of horror directed Michael Jackson's Thriller. Now I can hear it.
Kelly,
I'm just gonna throw out a guess and say Vincent Price.
that is incorrect.
Okay.
Any other guesses? Doesn't cost you anything to throw out a name. You're not going to go negative, I promise.
That's good to know.
I can't think of the name.
I have no idea.
All right.
Oh, okay. I was way up. Oh, I
John.
think
Correct
'cause-
answers.
Sorry.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, I think because isn't Vincent Price, doesn't he do a voice in Thriller? Like there's like an interlude where he's speaking.
There
think?
is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what confused me. Yeah.
All right, Kelly, you're still up.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's do name that movie for 100.
I don't have to
Name
say
that
anything
movie
this
for
time.
100. Hector,
I'm just gonna go out on a whim and say jack-o'-lantern.
that is incorrect.
Right?
I guess.
Bakley,
Is it Halloween season of the witch?
that is correct.
Yeah.
Good job, Dan.
Very nice.
All right, Dan, it is your pick.
We'll do movies for 300.
Name that movie for 300.
Yes.
Kelly,
Is it Red Dragon? Sweet.
Good job.
all right, what do we got next?
Let's do random horror trivia for 400.
All right. Also, Tommy, I'm surprised you just haven't said Asia every single time, just as a
Wait,
guess.
wait. It's
Wait till
coming.
round two. What 2013 film was inspired by the Amityville horror story and features paranormal investigators?
Kelly,
The Conjuring.
that is correct. Where are we going next?
I'll throw you guys a bone because I'm not going to know this one. A horror or porn for 400.
Ellie Cornell.
You have a 50-50 shot. Hector,
Let's go horror.
And Hector's on the board.
Are there ever
Woo!
like male porn stars in these lists?
there are.
Okay.
I haven't seen any yet.
Actually, there have been.
Okay, good
I
to
think
know.
it was in the first game.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Hector, please pick a category and a number.
Point value?
Well,
Point value,
since we haven't done it yet, poor plots for 100.
Poor plots for 100. See, now this
Ooh.
one was all me. I'm excited.
LL Cool J cooks at an Alzheimer's research facility.
Ah,
Dan Bakley,
is it Deep Blue Sea?
Good job, Dan.
all right, Dan, what do we got?
Fire. Yes, it is. This is all Matt's doing.
I'll do core plots for 200.
Poor plots for 200.
A European vacation gets hairy when a nurse and her patient fall in love.
I'm surprised Reek's not in the comments right now.
Well, I mean,
He's in there, but not like answering things.
oh.
Is there a way for me to? Skips the answer. Perfect. I didn't see that before. The correct answer was American Werewolf in London. All right, Dan. Back to you.
I'll do 400. Same thing for 400.
Poor plots for 400.
Yes.
A tall, dark, and handsome man gets hooked on a college girl writing her thesis.
Will Gray.
I know what you did last summer.
That is incorrect. Oh, wait. That was a really good guess, though. Nobody else?
I thought somebody
Going
else
once?
was.
No, it would tell me. Normally, when I say no to Will, then it just points out the next person.
Fucking Candyman. God damn it.
Reek said tall, dark man, Will.
Oh.
That is correct. Candyman.
Thank you, Reek. I love you.
Well, see, Reek, I did, just like with American Werewolf in London, I put Harry in there. I did try and give hints.
I mean, I enunciated hook. Maybe I should have enunciated dark. My bad.
Yeah. Bakley, you're back.
Might as well do 500.
500 more
We ball.
points.
Yeah.
A father and daughter are reunited after decades apart by a young man with amnesia.
This one's actually really hard, so.
It is. That's why it's 500.
Just an update, by the way. Kelly is currently leading with 900 points. Hector with 400. Dan with 200. And Will is doing fantastic.
And Will is killing it.
The correct answer, a father and daughter reunited after decades apart by a young man with amnesia. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare.
Oh.
These are clever. They're challenging, but they're clever.
This is
All right,
that-
Dan. 300's still there. You want to go for 300?
Might as well. Yeah.
All right.
Clear category. Group of teens stop in a small town and one ends up ruining family dinner.
Will.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And he's on.
Will is on the board.
Woo!
Good job, Will.
Bravo.
All right, Will, what are we doing next?
Zombies for 100.
Zombies for 100.
What is George A. Romero's first feature film?
Will.
Dawn of the Dead.
Kelly.
Is it Night of the Living Dead?
That would have been my next guess.
There's
was
a lot of
something with
the
the dead.
deads. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Kelly, what you got for us?
Let's do 200.
200. Zombies?
Yeah.
In this zombie movie, we learn the importance of cardio, seatbelts, limber up, and the double tap.
Kelly.
Zombieland.
Hearing the buzzers as I'm reading is very funny. Just
I just want to let you know, y'all are some fast readers because y'all get the buzzer as soon as the screen turns.
Yeah.
I wasn't done the third word.
All right, where are we going next, Kelly?
Let's do 300.
Zombies for 300.
What is the name of the pub from Shaun of the Dead?
Kelly.
The Winchester.
That is
I
correct.
was mashing at my phone so hard.
How's the buzzer work? It's an app on your phone, Reek.
So I send a link and you log in, and if you do it on your phone, it'll just pop up on your phone, and you'll be able to tap your phone to hit the buzzer.
I'm going to hold it up so we can see it on the next round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, where are we going?
Let's do not zombies, but zombies for 300.
For 300.
This horror movie remake features Danielle Panabaker and Timothy Oliphant.
Kelly.
I do love me some Timothy Oliphant, so that is The Crazies.
Who doesn't love Timothy?
I know.
Y'all are letting Kelly just run away with this.
I don't
Hey,
get how
All right,
I had
Kelly.
a slow start. They're gonna win it back in the porn category.
Yes, he does.
Okay, let's do
Hold on,
same.
wait. I'm gonna put that
Sorry.
one up.
He needs to show the category, the thing there.
Yes, I did.
I told you Matt was very proud of this. And he is
Thank you,
every right.
guys.
It's
I am.
fancy. It's
This
fancy.
is freaking awesome. Oh, actually, you know what? I can even do. It was better that way. Anyway, where are we going, Kelly?
Let's do zombies, not zombies for 400.
Zombies, not zombies for 400.
Rat King, Clicker, and Bloater are all types of infected from this horror video game.
Kelly.
Last of Us.
She's quick. She's quick with it.
Okay, let's do 500 in that category.
500.
Who directed the original 1973 version of The Crazies?
Kelly.
George A. Romero.
This game is rigged.
That is good.
It is not.
Hey, there is a listen. The next round
There's a
doubles the
too.
points. There's a whole second board, and also Tommy, where you excel, there is a final factile or final Jeopardy, essentially.
And you can wager all of your points.
Sweet. Oh, this time. I will.
In case anyone's wondering and can't see on the screen, currently Will or Bakley is sitting with 200. Will is sitting with 300. Hector is sitting with 400. Very close race for second place, and Kelly is currently sitting with 2,700. So,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
not in last.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Kelly, where do you want to go next?
Let's do random horror trivia for 500.
What 1981 sequel is the feature film directorial debut of James Cameron?
Kelly.
Was that Aliens?
That is incorrect.
Okay. Sure.
This one is hard.
Well, I tried to make the 500 ones hard. I did.
No, and you did.
Also, it was random horror trivia, so I just pulled it off a card.
Yeah, you didn't create this one.
I feel like these boys have never seen a zombie movie ever.
You would be correct.
And off the top agrees. So I'm guessing no one has an answer. The correct answer is Piranha 2: The Spawning.
Okay.
You know, of course.
Okay, now.
All right, Kelly, where are we going?
Random horror trivia 200.
What Wes Craven movie was inspired by the true story of a wild Scottish clan who murdered and cannibalized numerous people during the Middle Ages?
Will Gray.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Let's fucking go, Will.
There we go. All right, Will, where are we going? We still have Zombies for 500. Not Zombies, but Zombies for 100. Name that movie, 2, 4, and 500. Poor Plots is all done. Thank you, Bakley. Random horror trivia, 100. And then horror porn, 1, 2, 3, and 500.
Let's do horror porn for 500.
I can't wait to butcher people's names. Eliza Ibarra?
Ibarra.
Ibarra. Whatever.
Hector.
Porn.
I love that it just pops up porn really big. All right, Hector, where are we going next?
Well, let's go.
Because he watches her.
Hey.
I didn't say it, Allison did.
Let's go random horror trivia for 100.
Random horror trivia for 100.
This 1982 film features an escaped mental patient with a drill who decides to crash a high school student slumber party.
Kelly.
Is it Slumber Party?
Slumber Party.
Massacre?
Yeah.
All right, where are we going? Tommy loves these cards.
He does.
He does.
Let's do Zombies for 500.
Zombies for 500.
This 2005 horror film features Dead Reckoning, a heavily armored anti-dead vehicle.
Kelly.
Was that the Dawn of the Dead remake?
That is incorrect.
Anybody?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You were really close, Kelly. It wasn't Dawn of the Dead. It was
Oh
Land
my
of the
god.
Dead with
Once
John
again, the
Leguizamo.
Of the Deads.
The Dead.
There are way too many of the Deads.
Oh my god, so
Yeah,
many.
for real. They need a chill.
All right, Kelly, where are we going next?
Let's do not zombies for 100.
Not Zombies for 100.
This actor is the star of 28 Days Later.
Will, I know that
Sorry,
that was
sorry.
in there specifically for you too. Kelly?
Yeah, Cillian Murphy.
Will's so defeated. I'm so
I was
sorry.
waiting for Will.
He's just eating his snacks.
All right. Well, listen.
I'm looking down here.
We still have 3 horror porns and 3 name that movies. So really anyone has a chance. You know, Tommy's killing the horror porn. Bakley got name that movie. So where are we going, Kelly?
Let's do name that movie for 500.
Name that movie for 500. Kelly.
Is that Rubber?
Fuck that movie.
So when we did movies that we hate as a panel, that was on Katie's list of movies that she hated.
Yeah.
That's the worst movie alive. Like, what is that?
What's your favorite movie? Is Barricade. It's okay.
Don't even. That's also in the list of
Well,
terrible
Katie,
fucking
what's
movies.
worse, Barricade or Rubber?
Both. For
Okay.
different reasons.
All right, Kelly, what do we got next?
Name that movie for 400.
Doesn't hurt to buzz in and say really anything. Like Asia. Or Legally Blonde.
Not legally.
That is from Wrong Turn, 2021.
Never saw it.
Are we doing the last name that movie, or do you want to venture into
Yeah.
horror porn?
No, I'll leave that alone. But yeah,
It's
name
in the
that movie.
intro.
It is in the intro, and Allison made the intro for us.
Nice job.
Good job, Alison.
Kelly,
Was that the Pet Cemetery remake?
that is correct.
Everyone buzzing at the same time scared me that time. I wasn't ready. Comments on
All
the
right.
side.
Well, we only have 3 options, and they're all horror porn. So what do you want, Kelly? 1, 2, or 300?
1.
100.
Willow Rider.
Will?
Will, you're muted.
She's a porn star.
That is correct.
Reek, she is. Jesus Christ.
She is fire.
Multiple fire emojis. I can't.
All right. Will, you want 200 or 300?
Let's do 200.
Horror porn for 200.
Melanie Kinnaman?
That is correct. Hector.
Or
Look at you. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, horror porn for 300.
Angel Youngs.
Will Gray.
Porn.
And at the end of our first round, we have Bakley with 200, Will Gray with 900, Hector with 1,100 in second place, and Kelly with 3,600.
All of Tommy's are from the horror porn section. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
you're right.
Yep.
You'd be
I'm
correct.
pretty sure all of Tommy's correct answers are horror porn.
All right, so let's take a brief intermission here, kill some time. How you guys feeling about the game? Obviously the chat is in love with this, and I appreciate it. So far,
I don't
so
know.
good.
I don't know shit. Just the porn guys.
Well, I mean, off the top, he agrees with you.
Does know all the porn stars.
Allison, it might be Evie Mux. I do not know. Also, Twitch fucks me all the time and everyone freezes, so
The mobile Twitch sucks.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. We not frozen here. That's right on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, the app does suck.
Twitch is lame.
So, how confident is everyone but Kelly feeling right now? Going
I'm
in
in the
around two.
positive, so that's a plus.
Everyone is in the positives. That is correct.
It's like, have you seen the trend on social media where the F1 drivers stand under the machine and they've got to react and catch the things as they drop, and it's all about hand-eye coordination?
Mhm.
I just have to be quicker than Kelly to click the button. At this point.
Yes, you
I
do.
think that's what it comes down to is who's getting to the button quicker.
Gotta be quicker than that.
I gotta learn how to read.
Tommy, you'll learn how to read bubble. Florida's education system's not the best. You'll get
True.
Took me to the last question to realize there was 4 screens, so.
All right, so Dan, seeing as you have the least amount of points, I'm going to let you start and pick our first category. Put down the candy and you might maybe get a buzz in.
That's crazy.
Trust me, I've had no problems catching a buzz during this episode right now. That's definitely.
Name that movie for 200.
Name that movie for 200.
That was the 100.
It might not have changed for you, Katie, but it's 200 on my screen.
Oh, okay.
Will.
That's Late Night with the Devil. Isn't that what it's called?
Yes, it is.
I remember that creepy fucker's face anywhere.
Oh, that did change. Okay. It's hard for me.
Name that movie for 400. Let's just go with it.
Late Night with the Devil is also what I refer to my wife and I's alone time.
I love Late Night with the Devil. It's a great movie.
Kelly.
Is this Paranormal Activity 3? Shit.
Will.
Paranormal Activity 2. Fuck. I went the wrong way.
Oh, buzz in.
Hector.
Give me Paranormal Activity 4.
God damn it. My process of elimination.
I knew it was one of them.
All right, Hector, where are we going?
Well, not that category, obviously. Let's go with random horror trivia for 2.
Okay. Also, Dan, you and I need to talk about the amount of porn you're not watching, because I feel like you should be in on some of this.
What 2008 vampire movie was filmed and set in Sweden?
Will Gray.
Twilight.
That is incorrect.
I didn't actually know. I just wanted to make that joke.
That's
Well,
Tommy / Timmy /
Hector.
Hector.
It's his alter ego.
Kelly.
Was this one 30 Days of Night?
That is also incorrect.
Anyway.
Anyone want to guess?
Can I guess again?
No. The correct answer was Let the Right One In.
That was my second guess.
All right, Hector, you're still up.
Poor Plot's 200.
Okay. Also, Reek, just so it says Timmy on his screen, but he asked me to name him Hector for the game, so that's where we're at.
2 high schoolers find love while everyone around them keeps dying.
I'm not good at spelling. I apologize.
I know you're not. I need to double check these next time.
I never fixed the one that says the instead of they either. So.
Oh, god damn it. You said you were going to.
Will Gray.
The Faculty.
That is incorrect.
technically that could be the answer though.
I mean, this could be the answer to a lot of things, technically.
Kelly,
Yeah, it's kind of vague. Jennifer's body?
that is incorrect.
Also,
Also could be the answer technically.
say, did you mark her as a?
Oh,
Oh yeah, you got X.
This is why I'm here.
I told you I needed you.
Yeah, I know.
The correct answer, Dan. Are you sure you don't want to take a guess at this?
Dan,
I have a,
come on.
I have a Dan. I have a feeling with your experience on this show, you know the answer to this question.
Dan, buzz in. Just take a guess.
I have no idea.
Dan, buzz in and take a guess. Bud, think about this show that
Think
you've
about-
done with me and Matt.
Yeah, think about what you've done with us, and then buzz in and take a guess.
You know this. I'm about to DM them the answer. Come on, Dan.
I don't know.
Oh,
We tried.
okay.
Oh my god.
That's clever. That's clever.
We tried
Dan-
so
It is.
hard.
It is. It
It
is.
is clever, yeah.
Dan, what's the one show that you've done on getting off with us? Well, I guess
Final
two.
Destination.
Yeah.
Trivia and Final
I
Destination.
didn't put two and two together.
It's okay.
I mean,
Halloween.
I wouldn't say anyone falls in love in Halloween, but they do have a lot of sex. So
Reek says he said it follows.
no, that it follows will never be the answer to the question that Matt Ritter makes. So that is not a thing. I believe we're still on Hector.
Not zombies, but zombies for 200.
And I will always forever be on Hector.
This Stephen King novel adaptation sees both animals and people return from the dead.
Kelly,
Pet Cemetery.
Baby Gage!
all right, Kelly, what do you got?
Let's do not zombies for 400.
This 1985 movie, loosely based on H.P. Lovecraft, sees a medical student bring the dead back to life.
Kelly,
Reanimator.
Bro, Kelly's fucking running away with it. It's crazy.
what's next, Kelly?
Let's do zombies for 400.
This movie, directed by Robert Rodriguez, is a part of a double feature where zombies
I knew that was
overrun
coming.
a small Texas town.
Kelly,
Planet Terror.
Frank and Weenie. Yes, Allison. It's always the answer.
How are you reading so fast?
I am a fast reader. Okay, let's do.
you need more practice, Tommy. Less music, more reading.
Let's do Poor Plots for 600.
Two sisters are reunited after ditching a Catholic school dance.
These are really hard.
The correct answer.
Ride the Demons
Oh my God.
too.
This came up on our last trivia too, and I was like, you guys said I should really watch it, and I still haven't, so that's totally on me.
That's okay.
I do love me some Goblet of Fire. I don't.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yep, actually no, that is correct.
The answer.
600 points to the chat. Where are we going, Kelly?
Let's do random horror trivia for 800.
What substance was used to ink the pages of the Necronomicon?
Kelly,
Blood.
I'm gonna need specific kind of blood.
Ooh. Like human blood?
Yes.
I should know I'm wearing my Evil Dead shirt right now.
Oh, there we go.
No, that is what I use to ink my Necronomicon. Completely different,
That's
Allison.
gross.
Just so we have it up on the screen.
Oh, that's okay. Just
Good. Great.
Does
All right,
anybody
Kelly.
remember?
Let's do not zombies for 800.
This 2018 horror film is an alternate history film where soldiers are dropped behind enemy lines the day before D-Day and discover terrifying experiments and a serum that brings the dead back to life.
Kelly,
I'm not positive about this one, but is this Dead Snow?
that is incorrect.
Okay.
I've never even heard of that. This is also
I think Dead Snow was earlier. Will,
Is it Overlord?
you know that.
Nice.
it has to do with D-Day.
Oh.
I feel like that's, you know.
Okay.
Will, where are we going?
Zombies for 200.
I also want to point out, Will, that did put you above Tommy, and you are now back in second place.
Hey, Tommy, just so you know, you'll always be my top.
Oh my god.
Zombies for 200.
This 2013 zombie flick features Brad Pitt.
Oh!
Kelly,
World War Z.
where are we going next?
Let's do name that movie for 800.
Name that movie for 800. That is a zombie.
You're right.
It's also what my daughter looks like 90% of the time.
Don't
That
say that.
can't be true.
She's an angel.
Oh, thank you, baby. Kate just texted me and said it looks amazing.
Oh, that's so nice.
The correct answer was Wreck.
Oh, okay.
Where are we going, Kelly?
Let's do name that movie for 600.
I feel like you're avoiding one specific category.
Just a little bit.
Will Gray.
Silence of the Lambs.
Correct.
That is correct. All right, Will, where are we going?
Horror porn for 200.
Felicia Rose?
Will Gray?
Porn star.
I
Oh,
can't let anyone else answer. It's 50-50.
give the points to. No, never mind. Tommy's too close.
The correct answer is horror.
Give him to Hector. No, that's still Tommy. Fuck, Bakley.
It was probably twice.
All right, Will, what's next?
Random horror trivia for 400.
What room number, also the title of the movie, is a paranormal hotspot in this 2007 film featuring John Cusack? Because I don't know how to read.
Will Gray. Will Gray.
I know. I'm thinking. I just wanted to get it before Kelly got it. Isn't it like room 108? Isn't that what it's called? No. Okay. Go ahead, Kelly.
So now go ahead, take it away. You still got a buzz.
Kelly?
I know. I'm trying to think of the number too. Is it room 238?
It's not that. It's also not that.
537.
For anyone wondering, room is not in the title. It
Oh,
is
right.
just a number. So, can you think of any John Cusack movies with a number for the title?
I mean, I love this movie, but I cannot think of the.
Katie
Being
struggled
John
with
Malkovich.
remembering this one too. Well, Reek put it in the chat. The correct answer.
Oh my god.
Was that the one that had the looked like a skeleton in the key or something in the on the poster? It looked like he was looking
I-
through
no, I
like
think-
a keyhole, and it was like the name of the movie made like part of the keyhole.
I don't know.
I
I'll
don't.
look at, hold on, I'm pretty.
Oh. My wife is here and she was close. She missed a
I
one.
did.
I hope she
That
didn't
is
do
what
anything
I'm
I said about
thinking
letting
of.
go
I
the
was
devil.
just wrong.
When I guessed yesterday playing this, I guessed 1401, and I was like, damn it, I was so close.
Are we still on Will?
Zombies
Yes.
for 600.
Zombies for 600. By the way, Kelly is cleaning up. You are correct.
4 friends and their pet have some trouble in Louisiana when they encounter zombie pirates, werecats, and voodoo dolls in what animated movie?
Kelly?
If you're gonna ask if there's some like subtitle to this, I don't know, but I assume it's Scooby-Doo.
There is
Katie
a-
wrote this question, so I'm going to
There
let
is
her.
there is a subtitle. I will need the subtitle.
I don't know. Scooby-Doo and
Frank-
Friends.
Scooby-Doo and Frank and Weenie is not the correct answer, Allison.
People
Scooby-Doo and Friends is...
Listen, I was very proud of this question. That's all I had to say.
That is correct.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh wow.
I knew it was Zombie Island. I just didn't know if there was anything else.
I'm just mad that I didn't.
You should have just guessed, Bakley.
Damn it, Dan.
All right. Will, what else?
Horror porn for 400.
Juliana Gill?
Kelly.
I don't actually know, but since it's 50-50 horror.
Damn it.
Where are we going, Kelly?
This
By the way,
work.
Juliana Gill stars in the Friday the 13th remake.
Oh, okay.
Her breasts are stupendous.
Oh, that chick. Okay, I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Everyone always does.
The one with the great boobs. Oh, I remember her.
that line too. Your tits were stupendous. It's hilarious. Okay.
That's insane.
Let's do name that movie for 1,000.
Name that movie for 1,000. Bakley.
Is that the fog?
Dan Bakley is on the board, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's been on the
Let's
board.
Go,
but
Bakley!
What?
Big money Bakley there. All right, Dan, where we going?
Big Money Bakley.
Random trivia for 800.
Random horror trivia got 600 and 1,000.
Oh, 600, my bad.
What was the name of Buffalo Bill's dog in Silence of the Lambs?
Will Gray.
Precious.
Will said anything Silence of the Lambs, I fucking.
What's fucking lotion in the basket?
All right, Will, what do we got?
Zombies, is that 800?
Yep.
This 1999 stoner horror comedy sees possession turn our main character's best friends into zombies.
I really wasn't smoking in the late 90s. I was still pretty young then.
Kelly.
I'm just gonna guess. Is this Idle Hands?
It's this. Devin Sawa.
Woo!
All right, Kelly, where are we
Yep.
going?
Let's do Poor Plots for 400.
I think I know which one this is, and it might be my favorite one.
Okay.
A group of kids consistently
Nope.
harass the oldest resident of a small town over one summer.
Kelly.
Gosh. Is it I Know What You Did Last Summer?
That is incorrect.
Thought that might be a clue.
Will.
It.
My
Beautiful.
hesitation.
Good job.
All right, Will, where are we going?
Random horror trivia for 1,000.
This 2001 remake that stars Matthew Lillard prompted film critic Roger Ebert to claim the movie was literally too painful to watch. A bear? Is that his name?
Kelly.
Just gonna throw out a guess. Is this Scooby-Doo?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
If someone said that about the live action Scooby Doo, they can catch hands. The live action Scooby Doo is a fucking masterpiece.
2001. Matthew Lillard.
It's horror.
Yes, Will?
13 Ghosts.
Oh, does Scooby-Doo? Well, I guess there were Scooby-Doo questions, so it's kind of horror? I don't know.
Well, the Scooby-Doo question was a zombie question because it was Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Okay.
Yes.
But,
That
you know,
was my bad. That
Scooby-Doo
was
could...
my bad.
Yes, 13 Ghosts, 13 Ghosts, 13 Ghosts. Apparently Roger Ebert hated it for some reason. I don't know why. I fucking love that movie. Where we going, Will?
Zombies for 1,000.
This 2003 zombie movie is described as a prequel to a 1996 light gun shooter arcade game of the same name released by Sega.
Will Gray.
House of the Dead.
Holy shit.
Dude, you're catching up.
I can't even see those points.
All right. Well, currently Bakley is at 1,200. Hector is at 1,500. Will Gray is at 5,500. And Kelly's still in the lead with 6,800.
That's crazy.
Holy shit, let's go. It's a game.
Well,
man.
It's a
Point values
game.
are ridiculous.
Where are we
I love
going,
it,
Will?
dude.
Don't call it a not zombies, but zombies 600.
This may be the most famous not zombie, but zombie movie, as he is the face of one of the biggest horror franchises of all time.
Kelly?
Sorry, are you asking for the person?
Yes.
The character. Yeah.
The character, yeah.
I don't know, actually. I buzzed in thinking I was gonna know.
Will?
Jason Voorhees. Oh.
Yeah, the question fucked me up a little bit the first time I read it,
that
too.
too. Yeah.
It confused
Is
me.
he undead, but he's technically not a zombie? Like,
No, he is a zombie. In my opinion, he is 100% a zombie. He
I
was
was
dead.
thinking, like, you had capitalized zombie, and so I was thinking it was a Rob Zombie something. So.
Oh my god, that would have been so smart to do.
All right, Will.
zombie, but not zombies for 1,000.
By the way, Will's only behind 700 points right now.
In this 1990 film, a mad doctor rebuilds his dead girlfriend using body parts from exploded escorts in New Jersey.
Michael Myers never died. Well, until Halloween ends. Michael Myers never died, therefore he's not a zombie. He's not a zombie. He never died. No, getting the question wrong does not cost you points.
Or that would have been a completely different game.
Yeah.
Anybody?
And the reason for that is I want to encourage people to give out answers, even if they're ridiculous, like Asia. Tommy, you want to just chime in and say Asia?
You're muted.
Wow, I think I was just gonna say Asia.
I mean, you specifically asked me in the chat, is one of the answers Asia?
Just asking for a friend.
Just
that
ask-
movie is terrible.
Allison, that is incorrect. The correct answer, no, Zombie Strippers isn't far off from the right answer.
Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker.
I was gonna say Frankenstein, but I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot.
Didn't you watch that with us?
I think Will did watch that with us.
Yeah.
And you both hated it.
Yeah, because
We
it was
did.
awful.
Let's do Poor Plots for 800.
Kids love a fruit so much they create a religion around it.
Will Gray?
Children of the Corn.
And yes, it is a fruit. We have Googled it many times.
I was literally just gonna ask that.
It's a vegetable if you eat the stalk and like for cows, but since we just eat the corn part, it's a vegetable or a fruit. It's a thing. We did a lot of Googling.
The polenta inside of the corn is technically the seed. The corn itself is the fruit. Like the actual corn.
Yeah.
kernel. Yeah.
That's what Will said.
Today I learned.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Poor Plots for 1,000. I locked the fuck in.
A man goes to great lengths to find his child after his niece kidnaps him. Sorry.
correct answer is my favorite in this franchise.
Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers.
I just
Because
realized
Michael
the
is technically the daddy.
Yeah, I just realized the music is literally the Jeopardy theme, but like horror.
But like creepy, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I shout out to our boy Jaylan who does all of our intros and stuff. I hit him up and I was like, I need Jeopardy but creepy, and he hooked me up.
And he said, done.
Tommy, or no, I'm sorry, Will.
You have 3 choices.
600 horror porn.
Horror porn for 600.
Violet Myers.
Hector.
That's porn star.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You want 800 or 1,000, Tommy?
800.
Just had to find a way to include part 6. Yes, you did. Harley Dean.
Hector.
Horror.
I think
Sorry,
didn't even
what?
pop up.
Said horror.
That
Fuck.
is incorrect. And our last one.
For Amelia Kincaid.
Hector.
Horror.
That is correct.
Violet
It
Myers.
must be delayed on the computer.
All right, so before we read this off, because I don't really know how this is going to work, to be honest with you. Currently, Kelly is sitting at 6,800. Will has passed her now at 6,900.
Nice.
Bakley with 1,200
Nice.
and Hector with 3,100. So you are going to be able to wager as many points as you want. And
Yeah,
the
on
person
your
who walks
devices.
away on your devices, the person who walks away with the most points is the winner. And our final question, which I found in my research of doing things for zombie movies, is from 1975 to 1996, this unlikely company owned the trademark for the word zombie, which is why a lot of properties in that time period did not use the term.
That's crazy. So make sure everyone wagers their points, however many you want, and then again, we don't know if it gives them the choice to mark their answer or not. So we did not figure that out.
It also says waiting, so I wonder if I don't know.
I can't do without this.
Waiting on Hector. All right. I don't know how this works because it didn't ask you guys to give an answer, did it?
No.
Nope.
Okay. So, Will, what is your answer?
You're
You're
muted.
muted, Will.
I'm gonna say it's squirrely because of the history. I'm gonna say Stan Lee, but I'm gonna go with Marvel.
Okay. Kelly?
Do you want to write down the answers that they say?
Mine is purely a guess, which was Disney.
All right. Hector?
I'm gonna go. Damn. I'll take Stan Lee because that sounds right.
Are you writing these down, Katie?
No, I'm messaging you something.
Okay.
But I know everyone's answers so far.
I sent out a tweet.
Okay, well, that was way before the show started, but I wasn't
Oh.
tagged anything, so I didn't know.
Okay. And Bakley.
The funny thing is, I had no idea, so I was going to say Stanley Marvel too.
Okay.
Around here.
Is it gonna say? Let's see.
Yeah, so obviously we haven't figured out the final Jeopardy part of this yet.
So Will wagered 5 points. Bakley wagered 0 points. Hector wagered it all. And Kelly wagered 200 points. And Will said Marvel. Bakley said Stan Lee / Marvel. Hector said Stan Lee. And Kelly said Disney. So, Katie, I am going to have you make a ruling here.
Oh, shit.
Technically, they are all correct.
Technically, yes.
So, how do you want to go about this?
Just give us points. Give us the points. Give us the points.
I'm ready to fight for this.
I mean, the answer that I was told when I was first shown this question the other day was the answer being straight up Marvel.
That is correct. And I
Stan
have a
Lee
feeling
was
that
the head of Marvel. He chose to coin the term, and then the people who were making the zombie movies had to call them Living Dead to avoid a copyright strike by Stan Lee and Marvel. And Disney didn't buy Marvel until like 2018.
that is correct. And I did ask for the company, not the guy who ran the company, which is why I'm divided on how I want to go about this.
Yeah.
And I'm only fighting this because if Tommy gets it right, he could pass me with his fucking numbers.
That's the
Actually,
whole
no, he couldn't.
That's the whole point. Just give us the points.
No, if I give it to Tommy, Tommy will be at 6,200, which is still less than you will.
Oh,
This
fucking
motherfucker
give it to him.
about those
Everybody
fucking
gets points.
Hail Mary, lol.
Well, now, Will, the only person that, if I give everybody points on technicalities, that would beat you is Kelly with 200 points. Because that would put her at 7,000 and you at 6,895.
You got another question? Let's go winner
Let's
take all.
let's do another question.
Yeah,
We don't
one
have
more
another
question to your Kelly. Heads up.
All right, we will go Kelly and Will heads up.
I love you,
How are they
Kelly.
gonna buzz?
I actually think they might be able to hit the buzzer right now. Don't test it.
No,
Let
it
me
just
find
says
a question.
it just says wait for the winner.
Yeah,
this is
that's
for the winner.
what it did to me last time too. Remember?
Okay.
We could like
This
raise our
is
hand real
not
quick.
correct.
or
LOL.
something.
We could do the thing. Do you have something you could write it down on, or put it in like a note in your phone or something?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Give us a question. We'll
And
write
then
it
we
down
could
and
just
see.
show our answer. We
Yeah.
could just like type it in and then make sure we're holding it up so everybody can see we're not changing our answers or something. Just to do it easy like that.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Question
And
in the chat. I mean, there's a lot of discourse happening in the chat about Disney not being correct. I don't know, because I mean, if we're going technicality from the years, technically yes, Disney is wrong. If we're going
technically
just
everyone's
company-
wrong because
no,
everyone
Will said Marvel. He didn't say Stanley. He said Marvel.
he said Stan. Well, yeah, that's true. But
Whoa,
Will also
time out.
said he wanted to go head to head.
Head to head.
Okay.
Another question.
I mean,
If they wanna go- if they wanna go
sounds
head
like
to head.
Will. It sounds like Will is the rightful winner here. Like, I'm willing to go head to head, but I also recognize that his answer was probably more correct. So
That's
No,
really
don't
all I
give-
needed.
no,
So fuck it.
don't
Let's
give
go
it to
head to
him.
head now. I got this in wrestling. This would be the visual win. I made you tap out, but now you're going to pin me for the win. But everybody saw me win the game.
Reek said, "I got a good question. I'll type fast."
Okay.
it better not be
Okay,
horror
reach it
or
fast.
porn again.
Well, the answer is Asia.
Answer's always Asia. Okay, so whatever question Reek types, you guys will just write down your answers, and then we'll give it some time, and then. Do you want?
Also,
Go ahead.
you were right. So Will said Stan Lee, but then he said he's going to go with Marvel. He was thinking Stan Lee,
Yeah.
but he's going to
Yes.
go with Marvel. That's what he said. And then Tommy said Stan Lee, and Bakley said Stan Lee / Marvel.
Yes, I know.
But
what happened.
Bakley bet 0 points. So I will give that to you, Bakley. You got all 0 points.
Woo!
Good job.
Tommy, I'll give you yours. You're still at 6,200.
Look, I'm not in last.
Hi, Jess.
I thought he said he was going to type fast.
I mean, there's a delay. You got to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
Allison's like, so Will technically won, but he wants to go head to head. This is Will's pride on the line now.
I said I was willing to concede to
She
Will.
did.
Yes.
And you're in the room with Will, so why don't you talk to Will
You
about
can
it?
you can talk some sense into him. All right, there you go. There's your question. Night of the Living Dead, brother and sister in the cemetery. What was the quote he said to tease the sister? Do you want Reek
I know
to
the answer.
text one of us the answer? That way we have it and they can read it verbatim.
You can. He can, but I know the answer.
Okay. Not everyone knows the answer. Oh, see, Allison's not in the room to talk some sense into Will. So we'll give him some time.
I shot myself right in the dick with this one.
And Kelly knows it, bro. You can tell.
I think.
Now, are we looking for like direct quote? Like if they miss a word, like how are you doing this? Oh wait, I got a text. I have the
Whatever Reek has on your phone is the answer that we will accept because it's his question. How's that sound?
That works.
All right.
Should have taken the W.
Kelly offered him the W. We said he won. He
I
wanted to
tried.
go
We
head
all
to head.
tried
That's
to
all he
get him.
needed.
It's a direct.
It could still happen. I could be wrong.
All right, Will, are you ready?
No.
It's okay, Will. If something goes wrong, you have one more shot. Next time.
That's true. I do get another shot. I don't have an answer. I mean, honestly, I have no idea.
You
Kelly?
didn't write anything down?
No.
Okay, should I show?
Yep.
Okay. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Oh, shit.
There we go.
Sorry, my handwriting sucks.
That's okay. And the direct quote I have in my hand, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
That is correct. Which means, of his own doing, which is not the first time that has happened on the show, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Our winner from Final Girls Podcast, and honestly, the way she cleaned up pretty much the entire game, I wouldn't say it's not rightfully deserved. Kelly, you are the winner. You are moving on to the finals to face Katie and Reek, and possibly Will if he wins the next round.
Hopefully, I'll be the final girl at the end.
There you go.
Wait, whoa,
Just kidding.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna be fast as fuck on this buzzer.
Oh,
Ain't
let's
nobody
go.
touching me next time.
Go.
I'm ready.
So Tommy had beaten Reek, but did not wager any points, and then lost because he did not wager his points.
Sure did.
But would have won. Will won the game and said, "Fuck it, let's do one question head to head," and then threw the whole game out the window.
Will said, "Fuck it, we ball."
But this was fun. I enjoyed this, guys. So thank you
This was
for
really
joining
fun.
us.
Ah,
Hi, Tommy.
Oh,
Hey.
he said, "Hey."
Are you in the closet?
Nope.
I was going to say it's Pride Month, dude. Get the fuck out of there.
Nice. Good job.
And then he turned on me, so the rest is piss on Tommy.
Oh.
So rest in piss, Tommy.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what? Just for that, I'm winning the next one, and I'm beating your ass, Reek.
Also, you're confident you can beat Will next time?
Oh, fuck Will.
Wow.
Damn.
To be fair, Tommy thought he had Will beat this time.
I sure
His
did.
math.
Tommy, I've literally tucked you in bed. That's all I'll say.
Allison,
Now,
you will be the ref for the final
Inside
round.
City.
You will be my Vanna White as Katie is playing. That is correct. You will be there in my corner helping me. Did Kelly win already? I had to leave there.
Already,
Um,
it's been an hour.
It got real close.
Will, you know what, Vince? You're just gonna have to go back and watch what happened.
Yeah.
I like Bakley being here because I'm not the only one who doesn't know anything about horror stuff.
The
Exactly.
But
thing
you
was,
do know quite a bit about porn. We figured that out.
Yes.
that is correct. Bakley knew some stuff. I just don't think he was quick enough on the buzzer, or like with Final Destination, he just wasn't putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
No one could hit the
Tried so
buzzer
hard.
because I couldn't even read the question before the buzzer went off.
Well,
I
on
was
the bright
using
side,
I was
Tommy,
using the computer for that.
You
now
know
that
what's funny?
Kelly has advanced,
I
you don't
was
have to
just
worry
gonna
about
say-
beating her. Now, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say towards the end when it was like mostly the horror or porn one, and I like really wanted to win. I was just mashing the hell out of that button too, just to guess,
too.
and you guys still beat me on those.
My thing wasn't even
Um,
popping up, and then you guys were hitting the button.
Exactly. Before it was even there, I was like.
So maybe next time I'll do it where you guys get the question and with the buzzer, just in case there's a delay on the stream for people.
We can.
Yeah, we can try that out. The plan is next game, if everything goes well, Will and Tommy will be making their return,
Sure will.
along with hopefully Sarah. See if she can join you in the finals. And Brandy, who unfortunately was not feeling well and could not make it tonight, but was supposed to be here with us. So we'll see if we can make that 4-way happen next time.
We have the potential to make it 3 women and Reek in the finals.
We do.
4 women.
And I cannot wait. I'm keeping my crown, by the way. Kelly, I love you.
No,
I
please.
gotta keep the crown.
You hear that? Well, she's rooting against you to get into the finals. I think
love
Katie's. I think Katie saw you heat up there at the end and got scared.
That's fine.
I'm letting you know right now. If Will gets into the finals, I'm calling it right now. He wins.
Whoa. Hey, we don't even know what the theme's gonna be.
As
That's
long as he
true.
doesn't give his win away for one final random question.
What can I say? High risk.
High
Low
risk, high reward. Reek
Right.
says sounds nice. Him and 3. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You set that one up for him. But all right, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us. We will start. I guess. Why am I down here? No,
Because
I
it
should be up
fucked
here,
everything up.
and then Katie should be here. So we'll start with Will. Will, please tell everyone where they can find you and all of the fun things that you do or plan to be doing soon.
First and foremost, as always, Mateo, I love you and thank you for allowing me to be the honorary use of all things Creation World. If you're interested in my shenanigans elsewhere and you check my link tree on all of my social media bios at the Will Gray, you'll find all of my shenanigans for Botchbots and Chair Shots, Rivet City Radio, and my writing profiles for Last Word on Sports, Sports Term, Pro Wrestling Stories.
All right, and is that movie thing that we talked about like 4 months ago that you made me make a whole list of stuff for you for ever gonna see the light of day?
I have your list, and I
You
have
do.
been doing a whole slew of new content ideas for Rivet City Radio. We have a new and improved version of Botch Spots and Chair Shots. If you liked Botch Spots and Chair Shots, and you like smacking it raw, and you like the apron bump, then you're going to love the new version of Botch Spots and Chair Shots. And Katie is like, that seems like a wild combination of podcasts, but that's what happened.
Are you renaming it Botch Spots and Bumping It Raw?
Yeah, we're going to be bumping it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be smacking it raw on the hardest part of the brink. Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's
Also, Allison, if you bring back trivia, I can send you this for your trivia because this was actually really fun and really easy to do. And honestly, you're much better at this stuff than me, so you could probably make it even cooler than I made it and have a lot of fun with it. And
Tweak the final question still.
huh?
We have to tweak the final question.
Yeah, we'll figure that.
Still.
Oh yeah, we'll also does lots of running shit. But that brings me to my next point because while, horror movie trivia didn't really show his talents, Daniel Bakley, when it comes to professional wrestling, is second to none. So if we can get some wrestling trivia going, guaranteed Dan's in the finals. Dan, where can they cage their IQs?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CageIQ. You can also find me at DRingsidePicks. I'm on Circle Debate 2 to 3 times a week, of course, doing wrestling. And then you can also find me winnable.com/DanRingsidePicks, where I put my sports betting for soccer and MMA.
All right. Timmy, where can they find you playing music and talking shit?
What? Well, the second one's great. Anyways, I will be starting something new here soon with my DJing. I'm going to all music content on my channel for the rest of who I live. Follow me on Twitch. I am doing a show this Thursday from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. On the East Coast. So, yeah.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, one half of my favorite horror podcast that doesn't have me on it yet,
Aw.
Kelly.
High praise. Yeah, so you can find me and my co-host Sarah at Final Girls Podcast on, I always have to look, on Blue Sky, or at Final Girls The Podcast on Instagram, or you can just go to final-girls.com for like all streaming services linked.
And my lovely co-host, Katie.
You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13, the link tree in my bio to take everything She-Leet Showcase, twitch.tv/She-Leet Showcase, and youtube.com/She-Leet Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, except this week we're going Wednesday after Dynamite.
And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDER for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content, and everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky will get you both at Smacking It Raw. For Kelly, Timmy, Bakley, Will, and Katie, I am the patron saint of podcasting, Warden Matt Ritter, and you have gotten offed.